All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever really thought about this? What you do in that very first hour after you wake up? Well, it's a massive predictor, not just for your day, but for your long-term health, for the actual body you're building. It's way more than just a habit, you know? It's the blueprint for everything else.
No, really, take a second and think about it. The alarm goes off. What happens right then? What's the very next thing you do? Do you grab your phone? Do you slam that snooze button? Or do you hop out of bed? That one little moment, that first decision, man, it kicks off a chain reaction for the whole rest of your day.
So here's a way to think about it. That first hour, it's the trailer for the entire movie of your day. It sets the tone, the vibe for everything that's coming. And people who are really on top of their game, they get this. They don't just let that first hour happen to them. No way. They design it. They're intentional about it. And that choice, it creates two totally different realities.
So let's look at what those two realities look like. On one side, you've got the path of chaos, and let's be honest, this probably looks pretty familiar, right? Hitting snooze, scrolling through notifications, grabbing some sugary breakfast bar on the way out the door. It all seems so normal, harmless even. But when you stack it up against the path of intention, which is just as simple, by the way, drinking some water, moving for a few minutes, getting some protein, the end result is night and day.
Okay, so why does this matter so much? I mean, really, what's the big deal? Well, your morning routine is literally the steering wheel for your body's energy for the entire day. The direction you turn in that first hour, that's where you're headed. It's not just some mental trick, your body is physically keeping score. And this is the key. Your body starts to predict you. Just think about that. When you're consistent, your body's internal systems, your hormones, your metabolism, they all start to sync up. They learn the script. They anticipate what you need before you even need it. It's like your body is already one step ahead, ready to support you.
And here's what that looks like on the inside, at a chemical level. When you choose that path of chaos, you're pretty much starting an internal battle. Your stress hormone, cortisol, spikes. Your brain starts screaming for that quick hit of sugar. And then when you try to work out later, it feels like you're dragging an anchor. But when you have that intentional ritual, everything changes. Your hormones get in rhythm, your metabolism gets the go signal, and your brain just feels sharper. It's ready to go.
And this brings us to what is maybe the most powerful idea of all: compound interest. We all know how it works with money, right? Well, it works the exact same way with your habits. These tiny, little decisions you make every morning, they compound. One good morning is great, sure, but a pattern of good mornings? That's where the magic happens. That is life-changing.
And I really want to stress this point. This is not about having some perfect 2-hour Instagram-worthy morning routine. Come on, who has time for that? The goal here isn't perfection. It's about pattern. Just a simple, repeatable pattern. That's it. That's where the real power is.
So let's just define what we're talking about here. A morning ritual isn't some big, complicated thing. It's just a small, repeatable pattern that acts exactly like that compound interest for your health. It's a small deposit you make every single day that builds incredible value over time.
And when we say small, we mean really small. Look at this stuff. A glass of water, that sends a signal to your metabolism to wake up. 5 push-ups, that tells your body, hey, we're an active person. A 2-minute gratitude list, that literally shifts your brain chemistry. These are tiny microsignals, but they create these huge ripple effects throughout your day.
So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, where do I even start? Here you go. A super simple 3-step starter kit. Step 1, hydrate. First thing, before coffee, before anything, you've been asleep for hours, you're dehydrated. This kickstarts everything. Step 2, 5 minutes of movement. I don't care what it is. Stretching, walking in place, a few jumping jacks, just get the blood flowing. And step 3, choose protein over sugar for breakfast. You're investing in steady, all-day energy instead of a sugar crash an hour later. Okay, so this brings us to the big picture, right? The real so what of all of this. This is about so much more than just having a better morning. It's about intentionally, consciously building your future self. Every single morning gives you a choice. Are you just going to wake up and react to whatever the day throws at you, or are you going to launch yourself into it with purpose?
And I absolutely love this metaphor. Treat your first hour like the foundation of a skyscraper. Think about it. You would never, ever build a giant tower on a weak, shaky foundation, would you? Of course not. That first hour is your foundation for the day. And the strength of everything you build on top of it, your focus at work, your energy for your family, your performance in the gym, it all depends on how solid you make that start.
And just let this one really sink in. The body you want a year from now
The person you want to be, with all that energy and focus and strength. That future you isn't created in some big, dramatic moment down the road. Nope. That person is being quietly built, right now, in the small choices you're making in these mornings.
So the real question isn't about what you'll do tomorrow or next week, it's about right now. The body you want is being built this morning. The foundation for your skyscraper is being poured as we speak. So, how are you going to begin?